I've been wanting to put up a video. I actually made it a video twice, but I had to use the King James Bible, and it's just hard to, when I read the King James, I just subconsciously convert it and say it more modern English, and it doesn't work. I can't read it like it's written. It's a good Bible, but it's not the one I use if I'm sharing it with someone. But if you go to, I'll just give you the synopsis, the summary, and you can imagine the rest. If you go to Genesis 3, chapter 3, God, starts out, he's got this guy Adam. They're in the Garden of Eden, paradise, Garden of Eden, which is an area. There's the world, and he makes this little area called the Garden of Eden. And I got to make sure I don't go off on another tangent. Anyhow, he makes Eve, and he gives them the instructions. Everything you need is here, but do not eat off of that tree of knowledge, or you'll die. I can't remember. I have to paraphrase. I don't have it in front of me. It's very common verse. Genesis 3. He tells Eve, he tells them, don't eat of the fruit, because of that you will surely die. The tree of wisdom, tree of knowledge. The serpent comes along, and it doesn't say Satan, it doesn't say the devil, this is a serpent. The serpent comes along, speaks, tells her, why don't you eat of the fruit of that tree of knowledge? So, oh no, God said we can't do that. He says, yeah, but did he really say that? And he tweaks things a bit. And she goes and gets Adam, and they both eat the fruit. The serpent made the suggestion, yeah, is that really what he meant? Kind of thing, whatever. It's a small chapter. You can get all this in chapter 3. And God shows up. They freak out. All of a sudden, they realize they're naked. And they hide. God says, what are you doing? Where are you? We're hiding because we're naked. And he's like, who told you that? Who told you to do that? And I think he even says, did you eat of that tree? So they start out in the Garden of Eden, which have probably a perfect scenario, nice setup. Everything they need is there. The serpent shows up, tempts them, gets them to go against the command. They break the command, they're disobedient. God shows up, catches them, says, okay, this is the deal. God immediately tells the serpent, you are cursed. You are cursed, you'll slither among the ground, you'll eat dust. And I will put enmity, conflict, it might be a different definition, but conflict between you and Eve and her offspring. So there's going to be conflict between the serpent and its offspring. Wow, that's a lot of serpents, And then Eve and her offspring. Well, you got to figure if you're going to participate in this, you believe that Eve is your great-great-great-grandma, so to speak, and we are her offspring. I am her offspring. But there's this other group, this other offspring of this serpent who I have conflict with. On top of that, God says, Eve, you'll have serious pain through childbearing, and something else I'm forgetting. Then he tells Adam, I'm kicking you out of the garden. We're locking this thing up. You're being evicted. You will live outside the garden. You will make your living from the dirt. The dirt is cursed. It will be hard work to sustain yourself. You'll have to work for your food. Before, he just walked the tree, pick up fruit, and eat it. Nice setup, nice scenario. Now he's got to go out and grow his own. A lot of people say, oh, it's a homesteader. Not really. So now he has to feed himself. He has to make his own food and all that. And so, for disobedience, the serpent is cursed and in conflict with Eve and her offspring. Eve is now cursed, as well as her offspring, and this conflict with the serpent's offspring. Everyone's under a curse. Adam is now under a curse. The ground is cursed, and he'll have to labor for the rest of his days, whereas before everything was pretty much handed to him. Now he has to work for it, and kicked out of the garden. Okay? You're now kicked out into the world. No more garden for you. You're out there in the world. Make it happen on your own. Best of luck. So I'm thinking that I'm the offspring of Eve. The environment here, this place, this planet is cursed. I am born under a curse that her act brought upon me. And there is another cursed group who I am in conflict with. I'm going to say that's of the spiritual realm. Ephesians 6 kind of thing. So I have spirits after me. The place is cursed, and I'm born under a curse. Okay? Paraphrasing. You get the gist, the basic idea. So now when someone says to me, or you see someone on the internet saying, well, why does God allow bad to happen? Why does God allow, children die and kids get sick and, good people have, and there's all these people doing bad things, this and that? Because we're under a curse. The place is cursed. And we have a spiritual group after us. Ain't paradise. Okay? We are operating in a punitive system. All right? This ain't paradise. This ain't heaven on earth. Oh, we make it nice at times. We have some good stuff going here, and we enjoy it, whatever the case is. But that's stuff we do on our own. This is not the place for us. It was, but it isn't. It's jacked up. It's cursed. That's where we live. That's who we are, and they are after us. The hard sell of this, if you're not a Christian, if you're not a believer and participating in this, people don't want to hear that, hey man, I was born, I didn't do nothing wrong. Now you're saying I'm under a curse? I'm being punished for something I had no participation in. That's a legitimate grievance. That's a legitimate complaint. I get that. Okay? But I'm not going to say, well, then I've had my experience. I believe it. Therefore, I follow the program to the best of my ability. I'm following the program. I'm not going to dispute that. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm not going to dispute the curse that I'm born under. You don't have to believe that. I mean, most people don't. But when someone goes, well, why do bad things happen? That's why. That's why. Hopefully that made sense. Check it out. It's probably a page and a half, if that. Genesis chapter 3. I don't even think it's a page. That whole thing I just said is all there in a page. Genesis chapter 3. Any Bible, every Bible has. You could bring it up on Google, read it, and see what you think. But I think I kind of nail it there. All right. Born under a curse. The ground, the place is cursed, and there's a cursed group after us. Love you. God bless.